Hi everyone. Well, I'm going to do my review for Sailor Moon Crystal Act 30. This is going to probably be a semi-short review, so let's get started. This is from last week. I haven't had time to do it until now, so let's get started. So Act 30 takes place right after Act 29, where Act 29 leaves off, and we get to see I'm just going to call her the Ice Villain because I do not remember what her name is, but the villain from the Witches 5 that has ice powers, she takes over. And so we see her at the, Mugen School, and she tries to figure out who the Guardians are. Oh, and Kaori Knight is still talking to a fountain. Okay, so in the 90s, the Witches 5 villain for the ice didn't make an appearance until the final portion of season 3, so that's different. She's coming in a lot sooner. And so Ami gets accepted to go to Mugen School for an entrance exam. So she goes there to try and get in. When she starts to feel something's off. She doesn't know what, but she's like, this isn't right. So the villain for this episode bumps into her, and she tells them that the nucleus, I think is how you say that word, that she was looking at is kind of like a home base, I think. Again, it's been 2 weeks since I've watched this, and I'm trying to do it from memory, so bear with me. So anyway, she tries to tell him a little bit about the nucleus, the space thing she's looking at, and so Ami doesn't feel right, so she tries to leave, and the villain stops her, and so she jumps out a window and transforms using her Mercury planet power makeup, and we don't see her Henshin this time because she dives into the pool and comes out as Sailor Mercury. That is different. In the season 3 of Sailor Moon S for the 90s, she didn't really do that. That's different. Another thing is she notifies the other Sailor Scouts, Guardians, about this, and so we don't see their henshins at all this episode because they show up already transformed to help Mercury out. But what we do see in Sailor Moon Crystal Act 30 is we finally get to see Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune's henshin. Well, semi-henshin, because they don't get the 3D transformation effect like they do for the Inner Scouts. They get the 2D effect. And what I like about this is when in the Crystal, they use the same type of transformation that they used in the 90s, so they kept that. The wind tunnel is what I call it. The wind tunnel surrounds Sailor Uranus and makes her transform, and the water tunnel, what I call that, for Sailor Neptune, surrounds her, and that's what makes her transform. So we get to see them transform in this episode. We also get to see Sailor Uranus's sword. So, I think the attack in English was called Space Sword Gala, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the Japanese name for that was. I have to rewatch it and or read the manga again. So, yeah, so we get to see that. So Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune gets to help the Inner Scouts just this once. And Sailor Moon is like, you're an ally with us. You know, you're an ally, and you should help us. And they're just off on their own little world and stuff and doing things on their own. So, yeah, and Kaori Knight at this point is trying to decide how to get the talismans, apparently. Trying to locate them. So, and also in this episode, at the end, we get to see, I think her name is Sansa, I think. Anyway, we get to see Sailor Pluto, so Sailor Pluto joins at the end of this episode. So, there you go. That is my review for Sailor Moon Crystal Act 30. Real quickly, I want to say that I do love the new closing song with Chibiusa in it, and I do still like whatever the new opening song is called. So the new opening song is great, and the new closing song is great. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next review. Bye bye, Moonies.